All right. I normally start with questions, but I would like to start with a quick statement. I would really like to thank WDRB for switching to our men's game instead of showing the overtime of that game. I mean, what a call. And I got to give them credit. I mean, I think I've been told it was Rick, and unfortunately he's not here. But what a gutsy call. That was pretty impressive. No, I'm giving you credit. Wow. You know, my wife and I were like, oh, okay. You know, it was something else. But no, and then I just want to, you know, first off, just Macy Morris and Taylor Murray. I mean, what great competitors for 4 years. It's been a battle, and I've just got all the respect for them. You know, for how they stuck through things, especially when there was a little turmoil a few years ago, and you know, in today's day and age, you don't find that very often. You don't find, hey, I'm going to stick through it. We're going to make the best of it, and I've got the utmost respect for those two kids. And coming into the game, I knew what Ryan Howard can do. I mean, she's a big time player. I mean, I'd put her up there as a candidate for freshman of the year nationally. Having the opportunity to coach her this past summer, she's got a skill set that's really hard to defend at her size. She handles the ball well. She can take it to the basket. She finishes with contact. She can shoot a step back three. She is the complete player who's only going to get better. All right, any questions?
Just a little bit there in the fourth quarter. Free throw shooting was just dead legs on.
Did you not like it? You didn't like it? Okay. No, I mean, I've seen better. I've seen better. I mean, you know, you've got to step up and be able to make 2 at 2. And I'm not even sure what it was the last 3 minutes. I'm waiting to go back and look, but it was bad. You know, and it's frustrating. The alley-oop that we throw and Jazz tips it in. What a remarkable play. And then, I mean, we get a technical foul, and I asked, you know, what did she say? I don't know. He didn't know what she said. She could have asked for a phone number. I don't know. Hey, can I call you after the game? You know, I really think you're a good player. Who knows? You know, it's frustrating because, like, and I know I get it all the time. It's not the men's game. But the problem is I want to start getting crowds like all the men's games. And, like, a play like that in our game doesn't happen all the time. Like, that's a dunk for us. I mean, that is an alley-oop for a dunk. And then all of a sudden, everything's like, oh. So, unfortunately, and I'm going to go back and watch it. If she directly looked right at her and taunted her, okay. But it's something where I'm frustrated with because, golly, people, you get 13-7 here, and you want to see plays like that. We don't have those that often. And, I mean, I thought it was a pretty impressive play. I don't care if you're cheering for Louisville or Kentucky. If you can't go, wow, that was a heck of a catch and finish in midair. In that kind of, you know, I think we had it at 18 on that, and then all of a sudden it's a 5-0 run in the entire tempo, and all of our momentum was kind of shot. And we tried to get some things going back again. I thought we had some good looks. We just didn't finish, and then we just didn't make free throws.
On that run where they did climb back into the game, it seemed like they were just getting inside a little bit more than they were in the first half. Is that what you saw as the key to their late run? Well,
they drove to the basket a ton on us, and, you know, we have to do a better job of walling up and not letting them get as deep as they were. And then second chance points just killed us. I mean, it's 20-6 on second chance points, and you don't win too many ball games when you get beat that bad. Now, transition is where I think we really hurt them. We actually play a little better in chaos. You know, teams that like to press and trap, it kind of plays into the way we like to play, because at times I don't know what we're going to do. So if I don't, there's no way the opponent does. So, but that's what we do well. And for us, I mean, we turn it over 7 times, and I think the last 3 minutes we may have turned it over 3 of those 7. So we handled it well, and we attacked to score.
What made Jazz so effective today?
Well, I was able to keep her on the floor. I mean, her biggest problem's been fouling. But I was able to keep her out there for 32 minutes. She's a really, really good basketball player. And as soon as she continues to learn to play the game, I keep challenging her. Jazz likes to make the home run play. Okay, on a steal, we gamble, then we pick up a foul. Those are the things I've got to try to get us to back down from. We just need to make the ordinary play. Be really good at making the ordinary play. And we're talented enough and we're deep enough to win a lot of basketball games doing that.
Jeff, how big was Dana? Erica got into foul trouble, and Dana came in and a couple of times to the basket where they couldn't stop her in that third quarter.
No, she played great. I thought she really did a good job. And, you know, the one thing about her, she's a competitor. She wants to compete. Like, she got a little frustrated that I took her out there. But I'm like, Dana, with 7 seconds on the shot clock, you can't gamble and go for a steal and give up a layup in a 10-point game. Like, you got to have that discipline about you. And she's learning. Like, she's learning that. And that's what we have to have from her. Because I think our success is going to be a lot on Bianca, Dana, Kylie, of how they continue to progress throughout the season.
There's some points in the game where, you know, scoring off some backdoor cuts and screener knows. How do you like how the team kind of shared the basketball today?
I thought we did a great job sharing the ball. I thought we did a great job following the game plan. We came out with a plan of, hey, if this is a mismatch we have, if this is who's guarding who, we're attacking it. And, I mean, we went straight to Durr, I think, on 3 straight possessions, and she scored on 3 straight possessions. So we knew the mismatch that we wanted to attack. And then we did a nice job of getting the ball at times to players when they were open.
We're able to limit Morris quite a bit, especially in the second half. I think she just only had 1 basket in the fourth quarter. What specifically were you guys doing on her?
Well, I think it's the same thing. If you look at Erica Carter, you look at, she goes 1 for 2, 1 for 1, 1 and 2 at the line, only had 3 points. Foul trouble was part of that for AC, and I think the same thing for Macy. You know, we aren't going to win a ton of games if Asia Durr's on the bench for an extended period of time. And we know that. And I think it's the same thing for them. If Macy's on the bench with foul trouble, now all of a sudden you really have 2 scorers on the floor, in Ryan Howard and Taylor Murray. You know, the one thing I'll give Kentucky a lot of credit for is in the second quarter, they had a lot of role players step up and make shots. You know, kids that as they're shooting it, I'm going, hey, if she makes it, she makes it. You know, because I don't want Ryan Howard shooting the ball. I don't want Macy shooting it or Taylor getting to the basket. And they actually stepped up and made, I thought, some big shots to keep it. I think it was 7 or 8 at the half.
Jeff, talk about the Asia's play. It looked like she came out and scored 30 before halftime.
She's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I can't take much credit for that. I wish I could. No, that's, you know, I think in the first half, if you allow her to get going, and I'll be honest with you, in the second half, I've never seen her airball 2 threes in my life in practice. And she had 2 clean looks that she just airballed to them. I asked her if she thought it was Papa shot and the goal was going to start to move. And, you know, she just kind of laughed. I'm like, what in the world? But the one thing I like about her, she keeps fighting. She had a huge layup in a drive where there was this contact. She absorbed the contact. And I like the no call. See, I think our game will continue to get better if we don't bail out the offensive player for driving in out of control and jumping into a defender. As soon as you stop doing that, and then it's like, hey, you better learn to shoot a pull-up. You can't initiate the contact. And I thought Asia went in. I thought she initiated it. It's a good no call, and she makes it. Because that's one of the things I think they've been really working on this year as officials is don't bail out a bad shot. Don't bail out an out-of-control player. And I think they've done a really good job of that for us through 10 games.
Jeff, what is
Well, I just told her, you know, I enjoyed coaching her, don't enjoy coaching against her. All right, she's a great kid. I mean, she's a competitor. I saw her before the game and got a chance to say hi to her, and I just told her keep it up. I mean, she's really performing at a high level.
Jeff? What is winning? Is it me? Jeff, what does winning this game
Hold on for a second.
mean to you?
What does winning this game mean?
I mean, you could say one game at a time, all this stuff, coach speak, but be
No,
honest.
but I'm going to be honest with you. It's not coach speak. It's not. I mean,
No,
I
but
know
this
with
one
this.
needs more.
I know it's a big game. I know it's a rivalry game. Okay, I understand that. As a coach, you fail your players if you get them so hyped up for one game, win or lose, and then you're not getting prepared as the season goes. Our ultimate goal around here is to win a national championship. I mean, that's our ultimate goal. And I think we've gone to the Final Four twice the same year we've lost to Kentucky in this game. And part of, I think, our growth was because of that. I think it was in 13 here when Shoney, we fouled the three-point shooter up 4 in the corner, and they go down and make 3. Then they cut it to 1. Then we make 1 of 2 free throws. And then we give up a 3 and coming straight down the floor. I think that game helped us because now you're able to take end-of-game situations and explain it to your players. Listen, I know the rivalry, and I feel bad because it's like it's amazing to me what fans will put out on social media about kids. Okay? Say what you want about me, that's fine. You know, but I don't care what sport it is. What game? It's amazing what people will say. Do you think anybody from my team wanted to step up there and go like 2 for 14 from the free throw line the last 2 minutes of the game? I don't think they did. I don't think anybody from Kentucky tried to miss. They're 18 to 22-year-olds. Like I tell people all the time, like I don't know if they got dumped the morning before practice. I mean, we're all that age, and maybe you all never got dumped in your life, but it's devastating to at that point in time when you're that age. There's a lot of things that go into this. You never know what's taking place in a kid's day before they step out on this court and play. I think it's great when fans can go back and forth in a mature manner. You know, but unfortunately, it gets crazy at times, and it's really a shame because like we're 6-6 right now. It's been 12 years, but we're 6-6, and we lost five straight. And you would have thought the world was coming to an end around here. You know, like what's wrong? Camp. I'm like, hey, every game's new. Every game is different. Every year is different. So, yes, it's a great win for us. It's a top 25 win. It's going to look good on our resume. But we've got Northern Kentucky on Saturday, and then we go to Central Michigan next Thursday, who's a Sweet 16 team, and graduated 1 starter, I believe. We're going to have our hands full. And that's where I challenge people all the time. You can bring somebody in, a big BCS school, to play, and they're like, oh, it's got to be good because their football team's good. That doesn't mean their women's basketball team's good. But I bring in South Dakota State a few years back, and it was one of our thinner crowds that we've had. And I'm like, guys, South Dakota State is as good as a majority of the programs here. And that's the challenge in our game, is to get more fans educated on, okay, what do we have? But I'll never give a win back. I promise you that. But it's not going to be the end-all of end-alls.
Jeff, and as good as that third quarter was, as good as Durr was, in that third quarter you all started to take control and actually ended up getting a cushion because others started to contribute. Did you have to say anything to them to say, look, let's not depend on Asia alone?
No. I don't ever have to say that. Our kids they're pretty smart young women. They understand if Asia's feeling it, we're throwing her the ball. And then, you know, when people start to double and trap her and try to stop her from getting it, the others will step up. And I thought we did a great job. We get outscored by 10 in that fourth quarter. How many free throws we missed in the fourth, Nick? We're 5 of 12. We're 5 of 12 at the line. I mean, it should be a 12 or 13-point game because we missed them when it was at 10 or 11. You know, all of a sudden you make 2, it's at 14. Then the one we gamble, we miss 2, Jazz misses both. We gamble for the ball, and it turns into a 3. You can't do that. So we have a lot of film that we can use to watch.
So much of their offense is predicated on getting turnovers. How were you able to limit turnovers today? What do they normally do to create turnovers, and how did you prevent
our
that?
Guards are good. I mean, we normally turn teams over too a bunch, but their guards are good. You know, when you've got players that can handle it and can attack it, it helps out.
Coach, this team seems to have a really high emotional IQ. How do you keep them grounded in a highly physical game where there is, I guess, so much animosity from fans and all that?
Well, it's an intense game. You're going to have some excitement. You should. I say it all the time. I mean, I don't think anybody wants our game to become bland and boring. You know, you can't get excited after a play because something might happen. A little controversy is good. I mean, reality TV is what everybody watches because of the drama. So it's okay to have a little bit of drama. You know, I think it's good. So our kids just continue to fight. Their team can continue to fight. It's the way all these games are going to be. Every once in a while there might be a lopsided win, but it's not because some team's not competing.
Back to WDRB, switching to the game.
I thought it was fantastic. I'm just trying to get them to put our game on. That's all. Thank you, everybody. You guys were great.